Hello and thanks for joining me. I'm going to be showcasing Spellbinders August 2023 Stamp and Die and Embossing Folder of the Month clubs. Let's get started. This stamp set is called Happy Hello Floral. If you are a member of the Stamp and Die Club of the Month, you will get the dies to cut out the stamp. As you can see, it has this large floral piece, but it has two different dies. So you can cut out the entire floral or just on the left side or just on the right side, depending on what kind of card you want to make. There are also 6 sentiments as well as the dies to cut out the sentiments. And the sentiments say, a little message to say, sending a happy hello, thank you friend, hope all is well with you, and for you. The 2D embossing folder of the month is called Arches and Dots. And I am going to use this embossing folder for the card that I create. As you can see, these are all the dies that you can get to cut out all of the sentiments and the floral. And this is what the embossing folder looks like. I'll take this piece of paper out so you can get a look at it. It's a nice large embossing folder that you can use to create lots of different size of cards. Off camera, I heat embossed the floral image with black embossing powder, and I colored in the flowers with purple Zig clear color brush markers. And I apologize that I did not capture that on camera, but I am going to go ahead and watercolor the leaves and the other stems that are on this flower. But when I used my purple, I just used 2 different colors of purple, one dark, one light. I outlined the flower with the dark. I colored in most of the petal with the dark, and then I went in with the light and finished the coloring the petals. So I'm not an expert watercolorist, so you really probably didn't miss too much by not seeing me do that process. The Stamp of the Month Club at Spellbinders is $10 a month. Now, I would highly recommend you also just enroll in the Stamp and Die of the Month. That way you're going to get the dies that are going to cut out the images that come in this stamp. And the price for that club is $17.50. And so for $7.50 you get the matching dies, which is great. It's a really good price point, and especially if you enjoy the variety of having a new stamp and die set to work with each month, I would highly encourage you to consider the Spellbinders Club. Now, I have the 2D embossing folder, and these products are sent to me monthly by Spellbinders as part of the social influencer team that I'm part of. And in exchange, I help to promote these products. So in the interest of transparency, I wanted you to know that. Now, when it comes to the 2D embossing folder of the month, which is called Embossing Folder of the Month Membership, that one is $9 per month. And you get a brand new, beautiful embossing folder. There's also the 3D embossing folder of the month membership, which is $15. So $9 for the regular embossing folder and $15 for the 3D. They're both really nice. And I actually am a subscriber to the 3D embossing folder of the month. I subscribe to that because I enjoy getting those. I also subscribe to the Glimmer of the Month. So all of these products work together so well. Spellbinders also sends me the Quick and Easy Card Club of the month, where you get a whole bunch of supplies that you can use to create a large quantity of cards. And I will be having a video on that in the next couple of days, so please be on the lookout. Spellbinders has a club for everything, including their new Better Press, so check that one out too. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through my Platinum machine. I have a full-size Platinum machine. And I just run this through my Platinum machine. And I will show you what it looks like when I cut it with these dies, the Spellbinders dies. Look how nice that turned out. I'm really pleased with that. It's so pretty. Okay, now I have a piece of Lilac Blossom cardstock from Spellbinders. I actually have the Brights Sampler cardstock pack, which has, as you would guessed it, a whole bunch of beautiful bright paper from Spellbinders in a variety and rainbow of colors. And this color I think is so pretty. First of all, for those of you who know me, purple is my favorite color. You know that. And what I'm trying to do here is use the right side of the die to cut as close along the edge of this card panel as I possibly can. I'm just trying to make sure that my image is straight, or at least at the angle that I want it. And so I'm going to use some Spellbinders craft tape and tape this down and run this through my Spellbinders Platinum machine to create a edge that adds interest on this card base. I meant to tell you earlier in the video that I will have the products that I'm using linked below in my description box. If you use my links, if you would click on anything that I have listed and make a purchase, then I do receive a small commission, and that is used to help keep my YouTube channel going. I'm using the Spellbinders extended plates to run that panel through with that right edge die cut. And once I get the machine moved out of the way and remove the tape and the die, you'll see how this looks when it is completely cut. All right. This is the same technique that Yana Smakula used for her Stamp and Die of the Month project. So I am casing an idea that I saw Yana do on her video. Okay, now I'm going to run a piece of this paper through this embossing folder, and I am going to mist the paper first with some water so that the paper doesn't crack or splinter when it runs through my machine. Again, I have the full-size Spellbinders Platinum machine. Perfect results. Now I'm going to grab a pencil and mark the edge where I need to trim this embossed piece of paper. Lining this up, and then I will take a pair of scissors and make the cut. This is what it looks like after I cut it. I just tried to cut the shape of the die cut. I mean, you could die cut it, but I just freehand cut it. Just trying to line this up so that it works for me to put my floral image over top. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and grab some Spellbinders foam squares. I have the 2mm small and the 4mm large. And I'm just going to use a variety of those on the back of my colored floral image. This image is so classic. You could use this for a birthday card. You could use it for a get well card, even a sympathy card. I wouldn't necessarily do it in a bright, bold color like this for sympathy, but you could heat emboss it with gold embossing powder and color it with like pastel colors of colored pencil. That would look really pretty for a sympathy card. All right, now I just need to line this up, and then I'll trim the excess off. Off camera, I heat embossed the sentiments and die cut them. And actually, I made several extra because I feel that these sentiments are very classic and can be used with lots of other Spellbinders products, not just this set. But I did that off camera. But now what I'm doing is stamping the sentiment, "Hope all is well with you." And I just used some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And then that panel, the white panel, will go tucked inside the card that I created. Just like so. And there we have the finished card. Hang on for a minute and I'll show you some still photos of the finished card. If you stayed and watched my video to the end, hang on for a second. I'm going to have some still photos, and I want to let you know I will be giving away a bundle. I'll be giving away the stamp, the die, and the embossing folder to one lucky winner from the US, age 18 and over, as well as one of the cards that I created using this beautiful embossing folder, stamp, and die of the month. And please give this video a thumbs up if you like my card. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.